Welcome to today's very first episode of POWERTALK. I'm Cody Decker. I'm going to be the host today. When I'm not hosting podcasts, I'm out running around in the field across the U.S. as a strategic account manager. Today we have Nick from Australia. He'll introduce himself here shortly. Super excited to have him here, hit the ground running and cover some accounts after leaving the office here today. So Nick, go ahead and introduce yourself and we'll get this thing started.
Yeah, thanks, Cody. I'm excited to be here today. As you mentioned, Nick Kropp from Perma Australia, so same company, different region. My role is application engineering, operation engineering, bit of a mixed bag, also continuous improvement and sales in the New Zealand area as well. Been in the industry for 8 years all up, but on and off. So started in the operations in Australia, worked there for 6 years during my university study. From there, went into the construction industry, so a bit of a change of pace. After 5 years there, came back, and now I've been at Perma Australia for 2 years in this particular role.
Awesome. So it's definitely safe to say that you wear multiple hats then.
Yeah, I wear multiple hats.
So Nick, you've been here for 2 weeks now already. Did some traveling before we're gonna hit the road here and kind of do some stops on some of the Laura stuff with some new exciting customers. Can you tell us a little bit about, you go to any cool places, eat any cool food? What was it about?
Yeah, absolutely. So actually been here for about 4 weeks and been lucky enough to come over with with my partner. Started with a holiday before we got to Perma USA here in Charlotte. So first stop was around the West Coast, flew in there, went around the Utah, Arizona area, did a bit of a quintessential travel in an RV around that area, hit some national parks, down to Louisiana to hit the food scene there. And then up to New York and down to here from there. So it's been a pretty all-rounded trip, but really loved it.
Awesome. Yeah, I'm excited. So we'll leave here today after our podcast here and get to go see some key sectors that we target from Perma. Maybe a little different from Australia to the US. So hopefully you get to do some sightseeing. We'll check out some key applications.
Yep.
Obviously, with you and I handling a lot of the Laura stuff as Laura champions, one for the US and also as well Australia and New Zealand. Most of our talks are going to be around the new technology and kind of how well that's working. Some of the customers, they're utilizing their own ecosystems and gateways. Some of them are using the Perma solution. So there'll be some different talks, but super excited to get in there. We're looking at some pulp and paper, automotive, aggregate, some mining. So we're gonna hit some pretty exciting stuff.
Yep, no, it sounds very exciting. I think very different to the Australian market. I think in regards to footprint and density of the commercial side of it, you guys are completely different to Australia. And in regards to heavy industry, the type of heavy industry, those ones that you just mentioned there, I'm super excited to see and see those particular differences between our industries.
Absolutely. So recently we launched our new Laura technology, which is making some waves out there to say the least. Yeah. We've got a laundry list of customers interested in the United States. You're going to get to see some of that, which is going to be exciting over the next few days. With the connected solutions, Bluetooth, Laura, some of the other technologies out there, what kind of traction are you guys seeing in Australia? Is it similar to what we're seeing in the US?
Yeah, I think so. So there's been, as you mentioned, there's been a big wave in the industry, particularly mining industry in Australia, where we're seeing this push towards digitalization and utilization of these connected solutions. So we've definitely seen a similar amount of interest, particularly in those bigger commercial accounts.
Yeah, for sure. Especially as the boomers are leaving and we have these young up and coming guys that like technology, technology savvy. It's more often than not, we see them leaning towards a connected solution than the standard product lines that we offer.
Yeah, absolutely. That move from manual to more less reactive and more automated sort of process workflows.
For sure. So of the accounts that we're going to be visiting, we're going to be hitting some large paper mills, mining, aggregate, automotive. What would you say, with differences from Australia that you're most excited about or would be unique?
Yeah, I think for me, I think it would be the automotive industry. I think just the difference in applications, the density of lubrication points, to see the different lubrication programs that they're implementing there, maybe the types of lubricants that they're using. I think that's probably of high interest to me.
Yeah, for sure. So we finally get to meet in person, which is very cool. We have it, Teams makes it nice to be able to get on, but put a name to the face and being able to shake your hands, pretty cool. Excited to take this to the road. Obviously, we had a interesting start to things with the LoRa rollout and the meetings between Perma USA, perma-tec, and Perma Australia.
Yep.
Sometimes, I'm on at 5 a.m. and you're on at, what was it, 1 a.m. or something at some point?
Yeah, pretty late in the piece. And I think perma-tec probably got it a bit lucky being in their, 8-hour allocated time slot.
Yep.
So we definitely had the bad end of the deal there.
Yeah, they kept just pushing us around and they're like, hey, can you get up on an hour earlier? And I'm like, sure, 5 a.m. works. And then you're still on at midnight it was. So
And trying to think things through it wasn't always the best, but you do what you do.
We got through it. We got the product launch here, so
yep.
All good in the end.
Yeah, absolutely.
So thanks everybody for tuning in to our first episode of POWERTALK. Nick, thanks for coming all this way and
thanks for having me.
Helping us out with our first episode here. We have many more to come, so super excited about that, and tune in for the next one.
Absolutely, happy to fly out anytime.